Hello! Today we're going to talk about my book of the month. Which I'm actually super freaking excited for this box. So I've been skipping months lately, which has been actually really good because I always feel so obligated to read my book of the month book, so I don't feel like I'm wasting money on it. And it just like, I don't know, when I'm picking books that I just have no desire to read, then what's the point? Like, really? So I've been skipping books, but November's was awesome. And so I've got my laptop here because y'all know I like to tell you what the other books were, what books I chose, and stuff like that. So Book of the Month, if you don't know, is a book subscription box. You can get once a month. I've had it for almost 2 years now, and I'm going to stop after December because I want that Christmas book, so there better freaking be a Christmas book in there, and I want the Book of the Year finalist. So I want the freebies. It's $15.99, which is actually really awesome. They're all hardbacks. They're all uniform, and for an adult hardback book being $15.99, that's a great deal. And then you can always get an additional 2 add-ons if you really want for $10.99 each, which I think is it really is a great deal. You're given 5 to 7 options a month. They really have been varying how many options you're getting a month. Typically it's 5, sometimes it's more. And you get to choose. If you don't like any of those, you can skip the month. Or you can, they sometimes will give you some other options. And I think that's actually what I did this month. So yeah, it's pretty great. I'll put my referral link down below. Anyway, let's get into my box already. Well, let me tell you how you can use it. So when you're on Book of the Month, you can do it on your phone or you can do it on the website. You can scroll through, they'll tell you all your books that you have, then it'll give you a little quick take quickly, it just tells you what the book's about. If you see one that's interesting, you can click on it and it'll give you some more information. So it'll tell you the quick take, it'll also tell you 4 things that are good to know, and then there will be a review by someone and a much longer synopsis. So typically when I am like, oh, this sounds interesting, I'll read the synopsis, and that's pretty much what I base my choice off of. We're gonna get into the box, and there's gonna be 2 books in here because November is my birthday month and I get to do I get a free book because it's my birthday. So, oh, that's right. I didn't get any of the books for the month. The first book, oh, also, you always get a bookmark, which is great. So you get a Book of the Month book card. This one says, if you were a book, you'd be a classic. Cute. So the first book, oh, these are, I didn't even realize, both the books I got are by the same author. So the first one that I got that was one of the like fan favorites of the month was Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. And if you know me, you know I really like some good thrillers. And Alice Feeney I've heard is pretty good. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. Let me find it. So Daisy Darker. This was an August Book of the Month choice. Why didn't I choose this in August? I think I skipped August. Huh. That's funny. So this says, I'm going to read you all the things because it's fun. It's a thriller. This was an earlier release, so this is a newer book. And the quick take is Crumbling Estate? Check. Bundle of Family Secrets? Check. Folks Getting Picked Off Like Flies? Check. Trust No One. So it's a fast read, it's creepy, it's a non-linear timeline, and it's a whodunit. I'm not going to read you the longer synopsis because I just really don't. Actually, I'm going to because it's short. Okay. After years of avoiding each other, Daisy Darker's entire family is assembling for Nana's 80th birthday party in Nana's crumbling Gothic house on a tiny tidal island. Finally back together one last time when the tide comes in, they will be cut off from the rest of the world for 8 hours. The family arrives, each of them harboring secrets. Then, at the stroke of midnight, as a storm rages, Nana is found dead. What? And an hour later, the next family member follows. Ugh. Trapped on an island where someone is killing them one by one, the Darkers must reckon with their present mystery as well as their past secrets before the tide comes in and all is revealed. This actually sounds really good. I'm excited for this. This isn't crazy long, about 330, 340 pages. I'm really interested in this one. I hope it's really good. Sad that Nana dies. It's her birthday. What the heck? That's sad. So that was the book that I chose instead of the 5 options. And I'll get to the 5 options towards the end of this video because I like to do that too. And then this one I've had actually on my TBR forever. So I searched for this one in their entire book library on here for my birthday book. And that is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. And I've just I've heard nothing but good things about this one. So I'm really excited. This is also a thriller. It's a fast read, marriage issues. It's a writer's life. And what I'm really excited about is it's an unreliable narrator. Those are sometimes some of the best plot twisty books ever. So I'm really hoping this has a good plot twist. So this is also a short synopsis. I'm going to read it. Think you know the person you married? Think again. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright. That is funny. Their name is Mr. and Mrs. Wright, but it's spelled W-R-I-G-H-T. So things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright for a long time. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. Self-confessed workaholic and screenwriter Adam Wright has lived with face blindness his whole life. He can't recognize friends or family or even his own wife. Also, if you don't know what that is, it's so fascinating. I have a psych degree, so I think that's so fascinating. The brain is cool. Every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts, paper, cotton, pottery, tin. And each year, Adam's wife writes him a letter that she never lets him read. Until now. They both know this weekend will make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. So, I'm really excited for both of those. I do love a good thriller, and I feel like yesterday and today would have been perfect days to read those because it's been kind of dark and rainy. It just gives me the creepy vibes, even though we're past Halloween. So those are super interesting. So those are what I chose instead of the books that they have. So for November's books, let me tell you what they are so you kind of have an idea of what the options are like. The first one was a contemporary fiction called We Are the Light by Matthew Quick. In this moving tale of hope and redemption, an unlikely film production brings together a small town racked with grief. The second one is The Wilderman by Ruth Emmy Long. This is magical realism. One sister can see the future, the other people's memories. Together, can they unravel their mother's disappearance? Then there's a thriller by Claire McIntosh, who I've also heard great things about, and I have a book by her that I want to read called The Hostage. So I need to read that too. Anyway, this is called The Last Party. Nobody likes the reflection in Mirror Lake when a dead body bobs to the surface and starts unveiling all their secrets. Then we have a horror by Erica T. Worth called White Horse. This no-nonsense, heavy metal-obsessed indigenous woman is determined to confront family ghosts, even if it kills her. And then lastly, we have a literary fiction by Onyi, Nwabineli. Not sure how those consonants all work together. Called Someday Maybe. Prep the tissues. This emotional, devastatingly frank account of grief's many faces will have you in your feelings. So those are the November books. And they sound okay. Just none of them were really grabbing my attention. Whereas these two were definitely grabbing my attention way more. Which is why I went with them, obviously. I love a good thriller. Really though, Book of the Month is great. I do love it. We're gonna try to save some money, and since they haven't really been grabbing me lately, I'm just gonna quit after December, and maybe I'll pick it up again someday, but for now, just gonna save on some expenses. But yeah, I do encourage you to check them out. They're great. Shipping is really fast. I'm not even kidding. I choose my books November 1st and they're here by like November 3rd or 4th. Like it's really fast. That's my November book of the month. Choices, life, everything's great. I'm really, 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 fingers crossed, hoping that December has a good Christmas rom-com, because October didn't have a Halloween one. Even though Aaron Sterling's book was on there, it wasn't a choice, and I was really disappointed. So, December, don't let me down. And that's it. So, I'm gonna go. Let me know which book you would have chosen, or if you would have been like me and been like, nah, I'm gonna choose something else, or just completely skip the month, because sometimes you gotta do that. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!